And the game of the year 2012 goes to...
Invalid.
Oh, are you freaking serious? Are you really serious? I'm gonna have to go do this again? Let's go. I'll follow. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No.
Amy.
I'm not doing it. Game ends here. Really. The checkpoint is before I got the DNA, not after when I turned off the power. Are you serious? I'm done. Sorry. Oh my god. Marcello! Fix the system!
No, I'm totally kidding. Thank goodness gracious. That game was absolutely atrocious, and there are many better good games that deserve recognition, not named after some creepy little girl in a subway station with a disfigured man and a whole lot of glitching. I hated that one. What is going on, guys and girls? It's Ghost Robo, and welcome to the kickoff of my 2012 Game of the Year extravaganza. The way that this is going to work is that the first video will feature numbers 8, 9, and 10, or 10, 9, 8 if you want to be a little more sequential about it. The second video will feature numbers 7 and 6, and then we will take care of the top 5 from there. So this video will reveal the first 3 picks for my top 10 list. A quick little recap of 2012 first. I thought there was a lot of good games. I didn't think there was many great games. Overall, I would consider 2012 one of the more disappointing years from this generation. Now, I know that there was a very, very good middle class this year. There was a lot of games that were 7s and 8s. I felt like there just wasn't a whole lot of games that were 9s and 10s, and many games that I was expecting to be fantastic. BioShock Infinite, Tomb Raider Reboot did not come out. Many games I was, at the beginning of the year, kind of, up in the air about, but really hoping would be fantastic. We didn't know much. Assassin's Creed 3, it turned out really quite disappointing. There were some medium disappointments as well. Games like Borderlands 2 didn't really innovate like I wanted to. Games like, Dishonored didn't really pan out how I wanted. Some small disappointments as well. The Halos and the Black Ops weren't as exciting as I necessarily was hoping, but there were definitely a few standout gems, and like I said, a very healthy chunk of good games. So we're going to start out with 3 good games. Roll the tape. I'm going for the glory, okay? Stage select, let's go to the first stage. What? Whoa. No. Come on. Are you kidding me? Sorry if I was busting your eardrums. At number 10, we have Max Payne 3. Now, I will fully admit that I have not played Max Payne 1 and 2, so perhaps my opinion is a bit off base if you're a hardcore franchise fan. But as someone who enjoys Rockstar games, as someone who likes shooters, as someone who likes story and graphics and fun locales, I thought this game knocked it out of the park. The biggest compliment I can give Max Payne 3 is that it held my attention all the way throughout. Most games have a very tricky time doing that, especially for me. I play so many games, I have my mind in so many different aspects and avenues and space pods. It's hard to really lock me in, and I think what did it for Max Payne 3 was that they told a very grounded story. I mean, sure, there's some crazy moments where Max Payne 3 all of a sudden becomes Captain America, but for the most part, it's a grounded story. There's no space travel, there's no epic alien race, there's no disease wiping out the planet. It's just a dude down on his luck in a very, very crappy situation, and I think that serves them well. The other thing that they did excellently was mixing up the locales. You take aim in a stadium, you take aim in train stations, you're all over the place. It's very, very full of variety, full of color, and full of, I feel, fresh air. So many shooters get stuck in the muck of brown landscapes or corridors or warehouses or spaceships, and you don't really see just like, hey, here's some real-life locales. They may be boring if you just walk through them, on a monorail, but in a shooter, they become fun. There's a lot you can do in a gas station. There's a lot you can do, like I said, in a soccer stadium. It becomes much more interesting. There were quite a few gory, gruesome moments. I thought in some ways they pushed the story a bit too far. The hotel bits were gross. A lot of the just brutal burning and killing was kind of a lot, but that's what Rockstar likes to do, and in some ways, they push gaming to the limits so that people can be like, hey, this could be a very viable media to tell any story that we want to tell. It has me super excited for what direction they take Grand Theft Auto 5, and I know that one is a lot more lighthearted than Max Payne 3, but I think that after Max Payne 3, I'm very, very, very much more excited about GTA 5 than I was after I played GTA 4. Red Dead Redemption turned into stellar performance, LA Noire turned into stellar performance, and Max Payne 3 turned into stellar performance. The shooting itself wasn't so bad either, and Max Payne 3 is as dumb and creepy and weird and mistake-ridden he's kind of a likable guy. So, Max Payne 3, you are number 10. Another one? Oh, baby, stomach shot. Enjoy your meal, sir. It's full of lead. Not the healthiest of treats, but hey. Next up is a game that I would really have not expected to fit into my top 10, and I don't know if it's because there's not a lot of other good titles, I don't know if it's because this one really is a lot better than it seems on the surface level, but I Am Alive slots in nicely at number 9 as one of my favorite downloadable games of the entire year. I had high hopes for this one because I love exploration, I love a little bit of mystery, I love kind of that feeling of, you have to be resourceful and use the limited weaponry that you have. And in some ways it takes on elements of Resident Evil, elements of Metal Gear, elements of these other games and kind of reworks them in a very a different fashion, of course. But I liked feeling like I was restricted and limited within this game. Hopefully that doesn't say anything about me in real life. But in this game it was nice to feel like you didn't have a full arsenal to blast through. Something that I will bash Dishonored for over and over and over again is that they give you a sword and a pistol. If they did not give you those weapons in that game, I would have loved it twice as much because it would have made stealth necessary. Here in I Am Alive, it pretty much is necessary to play cautiously, and I really respect it. I think the visuals of the world are very, very cool. It's not the most, technically graphically impressive game, but I think that the levels that they create are pretty darn awesome. I love the climbing. It's more fun than Assassin's Creed 3 in terms of climbing. I love the atmosphere in the story. It does it better than almost anything, creating a dark, dank, dreary, depressing world. It's almost as if there was some zombie apocalypse. You never really find out for sure what happened in this world, but the sandstorms, it mixes a lot of what Spec Ops: The Line did in kind of that sand dust tech, but here I liked it even better. I love the fact that the focus was on exploration and figuring out what the heck was going on. There were some nice character interaction moments with weirdos and old ladies and all sorts of goofiness, and it ended up being one of my favorite series to commentate across the entire year. I think I Am Alive is a must-play downloadable game as long as you stay on your expectations in the right place, which means this is not going to rock your world with fast-paced action. It is not going to drive you crazy with maddening characters and intense dialogue. It's a game about exploring, a game about finding your way around this desolate world, and I think it hits it out of the park on those merits. Number 9 for 2012 is I Am Alive. Coming in at number 8 is another game that I did not expect in any way to be on this list, and that is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I feel like this game gets no love and no respect anywhere on the freaking internet, and it sure as heck deserves it. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale is absolutely awesome. It does not do what Smash Brothers does exactly the same way, and in that sense, I like it better. I would have hated this game if it was an exact ripoff, if there were damage percentage counters and, smacking guys off the stage. I respect it for mixing up the formula a little bit. And in fact, when I go back and play Smash Brothers Brawl or Smash Brothers Melee, I kind of think I'm preferring PlayStation All-Stars now in this year, 2012. The character roster leaves a little bit to be desired. I think they could have gone more intense with their Sony fandom and instead drew on duplicates like Good Cole and Evil Cole, on that silly Sony cat, I don't even know its name, but there are a handful of good additions. I really like Fat Princess. I really like that they brought Big Daddy into the game. I really like Raiden and Dante and all. It's a pretty decent roster, but that is my biggest disappointment with the game, is that there is not more variety, and seemingly they left out quite a few Sony franchises. But what I think it does really well, I really like the stages. I think they all are a lot of fun. Mixing two different games together and having them evolve as the level progresses is really enjoyable. I also like the mechanic of building up your meters and then duking it out. It becomes very intense once you switch everything to stock. The default mode is time, and while that is fun, I think stock is where the game shines because limited lives create a much more tense and cautious atmosphere for unleashing your supers. Supers of level 1, 2, and 3, a whole slew of variety. I don't think that all the characters are balanced perfectly. I'm not sure that they'll ever address that. I know that they are adding new characters via DLC, so maybe it'll get even crazier. But it's a whole lot of fun sitting there knowing you've got a level 1 super locked in, your opponent has a level 1 super locked in, me and my brother sitting on the couch, and it's like, okay, we're opposite ends of the stage, 1 life left. Do we both go at each other? Do I try to hit him more to get a level 2, which is more guaranteed to land, or do I try to unleash my level 1 and hope I can con him into ending up in the perfect spot? It is a lot of fun, a big blast. It's also one of the most frustrating games of the year because, I don't feel like the characters are all equal. I don't feel like all the supers in the game are created equal, and there is nothing worse than losing to Sackboy on your final life in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. So that is number 8, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale for the PlayStation 3. A healthy mix here in our first 3 games of 2012. We have a Xbox 360, PS3, PC, Rockstar Fest. We have a downloadable Wonder Swan, and we have a PS3 Brawler exclusive. 3 games that I don't know if I could have predicted any of them being close to the top. I think Max Payne 3 was probably the most surefire shot on this segment, but the other 2, really nice surprises. There were a handful of good surprises that helped to balance out the disappointment. Otherwise, I could have seen myself crying throughout the entire month of December, lamenting the year that was 2012. So we will be back next time with numbers 7 and 6. I think you'll find my list quite intriguing and interesting. What I really like about being able to do this here on YouTube is that I don't have to have, vote by committee. I don't have to make sure I'm judging the games appropriately. I just get to pick my absolute favorites, and so you're getting the real and true opinions, uncut, unscripted, of myself on these titles that I did so enjoy in 2012. I hope you guys did enjoy, though, this first video, and I hope you're excited for the next one. If you had fun, if you can't wait to see what my next reveals are, hit that like button, add your favorites, show some love, means a lot to me. And I love you guys as well. So have a fantastic day. Drink some hot chocolate. What will be games 7 and 6? Who knows? We will find out soon. Until that time, though, guys and girls, drink some hot chocolate. Have a fantastic day once again, and we'll see you all later.